Hi Year 6, it's Miss Fry here and welcome back to your next English lesson. This is lesson 4. I wanted to start today to share some research that I've done with you. Knowing that we're going to be writing about insects in our next paragraph in our non-chronological reports, I went and researched a few and I found some quite interesting ones that I thought you might like to learn about. So I'm going to share those with you to start with. So first I found out about the assassin bug. These alien-looking predators are related to the plant-eating shield bug, but they've adapted a piercing proboscis with which they feed upon their victims. Ants and bees are their favourites. The assassin skills for which they are named include coating themselves with ant carcasses to disguise their pheromones and covering their legs with tree saps and grabbing bees out of midair with their sticky claws. They may not look like much, but these clever carnivores have some seriously deadly moves. I like that. I thought that was pretty incredible. And you can see in the picture the assassin bug using its proboscis to pierce its prey and suck up the food. Okay, should we have a look at the next one? Okay, so this one is the jewel caterpillar, sometimes referred to as the nudibranchs of the forest. These vividly coloured wonders are rarely seen because they're so tiny, about ½ an inch long, and quick for a caterpillar. Their gorgeous glass-like colours belie the fact that they're actually quite gooey, with protective spikes that provide defence from predators. While the ant or wasp is dealing with a mouthful of gummy gunk, the future moth makes its hasty getaway. That was quite interesting as well. I really liked looking at the picture of that as well. They almost look like tiny leaves. I bet that's a master of camouflage as well. And the other insect I found out about was the jumping stick. And this skinny beanpole looks like the more common giant walking stick insect, but it's more closely related to the locust and is named for its ability to jump and kick like a kung fu master. Its hind legs are 2.5 times as long as its front and middle legs, allowing it to propel its 2.6-inch body up to 3 feet in a single bound. They're also known for their odd, elongated faces, with a grasshopper-like mouth and large eyes on a stalk that help it look for predators and attract mates. Right, let's have another look at our learning journey now that we're into lesson 4. So as part of our non-chronological report to provide information, we've already established last lesson that we've completed the first 2 steps. And last lesson, we then wrote our introduction for our non-chronological reports. So we can tick that part off as well. That means in this session, we're going to be designing our own insect from the Amazon rainforest. Okay, and following on from that tomorrow, we're going to be practicing using prepositional phrases and expanded noun phrases to describe that insect so that we can write a paragraph about it as well. For this lesson, like the others, please, you'll need a pen or pencil, actually probably both because you'll be doing some drawing today. If you could get some paper as well, and plain paper will probably be better today, and lined for some writing too. And could you also get your work from lessons 1, 2 and 3, because that will come in useful. Thank you. Just pause the video and grab that now, please. So your aim for today is you're going to design your own Amazonian insect, and you're going to label it using technical vocabulary. Now, the reason we're going to design our own is because then, although we're going to be using technical factual vocabulary, you will actually get to make up your insect. But as we found out from our virtual school trip, there's about 70,000 types of insects that come from the Amazon rainforest. And actually some of them are still unidentified or unknown. So actually you could be designing one of the unknown insects from the Amazon. Now here's my one. I've named it the emerald skater fly. And as you can see, I haven't actually drawn my one, but you're going to do a fantastic drawing of yours. And then you're going to label using technical vocabulary the key parts of it. So here I've got the antennae, compound eyes, wings, legs, the abdomen, the thorax, and the head. So what we're going to do in just a second is have a look at some technical vocabulary that you're going to be able to use to label your insect. So I've put a glossary of terms for you to use so that you've got some technical vocabulary and you know actually what the different parts of the insect are called. So let me just have a read of those for you. So we've got the abdomen, and that usually contains the digestive system, and it's the last of the three parts of an insect where there's normally a head, a thorax, and an abdomen. We've got antennae, are sometimes called feelers, and they're flexible appendages located on the insect's head, which are used for sensing the environment. We've got compound eyes, and most insects have one pair of large, prominent compound eyes composed of small units called omatidia. There can be up to 30,000 in a single compound eye. We've got exoskeleton, the external skeleton that supports and protects an animal's body. A head. The head is the insect's control centre and is found at the front of the body. It's where all the sensory information is processed, such as sight, smell, touch, and hearing. We've got invertebrate. That's a creature without a backbone. You've got proboscis, a long, thin feeding tube used for sucking, much like the assassin bug that we looked at earlier. You've got a stinger, a sharp organ, often located in the insect's abdomen, used for injecting venom into other animals. You've got the thorax, which is the middle section of the insect's body, and its 6 legs are attached to the underside of the thorax. And if the insect has wings, like a bee does, they're also attached there, but on the top. And finally, wings, which are grown from the thorax and used for flying. When there's 2 sets of wings, the fore wings are the front wings and the hind wings are the back wings. Here are some pictures of some Amazonian insects and other invertebrates, just to give you some inspiration and some ideas about your insect. Remember, you're going to draw a diagram, a labelled diagram of your insect that you've designed. You must use technical vocabulary to label the different parts. And this insect is the one that you're going to be writing a paragraph about. So make it one you're interested in, make it one where you know what the different parts of the body are going to do. Have a start thinking about that while you're doing it. Because actually by doing this labelled diagram, which is a key feature of the non-chronological report, you're actually starting to plan your next paragraph. There are a few here. As you can see, this bottom one here is an unknown insect. So again, you could be designing an unknown or an undiscovered insect of the Amazon. Here's a few more for inspiration. And if you could come up with a name for your insect as well, that would be perfect. So it's your turn. What I'd like you to do, please, is pause the video. You can pause it on this screen so that you can see my labelled diagram. Alternatively, you could pause it earlier on in the video so that you can see all of the technical vocabulary and you can use it to label your diagram. Or you could pause it on the screens of the different insects to give you a little bit of inspiration. Okay, so please have a go at that now and then we'll just bring it back together for a review. Off you go. Well done, Year 6. I'm sure you've done some amazing and very creative insects. And when you've done your piece of writing about them, your teachers will absolutely love reading those. What we're going to sort of be aiming for tomorrow, when we actually do our writing, when we do our paragraphs, is something a bit like the next one, which I researched and found out about. So this is a leaf mimic katydid. Now, it's closely related to crickets and grasshoppers. Katydids get their name from the noises both sexes make by rubbing their legs together, which sounds like katydid. The tempo of this stridulation is dictated by ambient temperature. It's said that you can count the number of chirps heard in 15 seconds, add 37, and get a fairly accurate temperature reading on the Fahrenheit scale. With famed bodies resembling a green leaf, they are masters of the art of camouflage. Now, that really does look like a leaf there, doesn't it, that insect? There's another idea for you as well. So tomorrow, Year 6, we're going to be practicing describing these insects that you've written in a factual way, and we're going to be thinking about expanded noun phrases and prepositional phrases. And then we're going to write our next paragraph to our non-chronological report. Thank you for your hard work today, and I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Bye.